What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about a lesson I learned and a story I also learned. So the story is about this little boy and a horse, and they're trying to get through this forest, right? And what happens is the little boy, he's leading his horse with the lead, and he ends up finding a swamp, and he ends up falling in the mud. And what happens is he goes blind, right? There's dirt in his eye and he can't seem to like get it out of his eye, right? So what happens is he doesn't know where to go, right? So he's lost, right? He's blind. So the horse tells him he asks him if he can see his next step. And he was just blind enough he couldn't see far, right? But he can see his next step. So he says yes to the horse, right? He can see his next step. And so the horse says, then just take that step, all right? And then he keeps walking, right? He ends up getting out of the forest. And what I learned from the story is obviously if you're lost, you're not going to know what to do, right? And the only thing you can do is what's the closest thing you can do, right? To your goal or whatever. So he takes the next step, right? He doesn't know exactly where he is, but if he just takes the next step, he's already on the path, right? And it's better than not taking your next step, because if you never take the step, you'll never find out if you're wrong or if you're right, if you're going in the right direction. So by just taking the next step, even if it's the wrong step, you'll be able to fix yourself along the way. And thinking about this story, I realized that I have already been told like the same kind of thing by my parents, right? When I was younger, when we were cleaning, let's say the room is like a mess, right? It's like a complete mess. This is what happened when I was younger. If it's like a complete mess, a bunch of toys everywhere or something, or clothes, or just like whatever, room's a mess, I would get frustrated because it's like so much, right? It's a giant mess. I don't even know where to start, right? Like, where do I start cleaning? And so what my mom and dad would tell me is, I remember this, is to just start with the big stuff, right? So when you're cleaning, like what's the biggest thing? It could be like a crumpled up paper. Those are pretty big and it's easy to see, right? So you just start with the big stuff and basically filter out your cleaning, right? So just take what's the next step, right? That you can see. So the big stuff, right? Take the big stuff out, and then you get smaller than that, and then smaller, and then to the little dust particles, then you start sweeping. And I think that's a good lesson.